The United States just changed the rules of immigration forever. Today, a groundbreaking law was passed that will reshape the journey for green card holders and applicants alike. From faster approvals to stricter residency rules, nothing will stay the same. For healthcare workers, entrepreneurs, and dreamers, opportunities are opening, but so are new responsibilities. In the next few minutes, you'll see exactly who benefits, who needs to be cautious, and what every green card holder must do to stay ahead. This is not speculation. This is real, immediate, and life-changing. The newly passed U.S. immigration law introduces a transformative approach to employment-based green card processing, directly addressing decades-long backlogs that have affected applicants from countries with high demand, such as India and China. Under this legislation, USCIS is now legally required to adjudicate most employment-based green card applications within 180 days. This is a significant departure from previous timelines, which often stretched for multiple years, leaving highly skilled professionals in prolonged uncertainty. By enforcing this statutory deadline, the law aims to restore predictability and efficiency to a system that has long been criticized for administrative delays and procedural bottlenecks. Applicants who have been waiting for priority dates to become current or whose visas have been tied to employer sponsorship for extended periods will now see a substantial reduction in processing time, allowing them to move forward with their permanent residency sooner. The law introduces the option for premium processing for green cards, a service historically limited to certain visa types like H-1B and L-1 extensions. For a designated fee, applicants can now request expedited adjudication of their green card applications, with decisions expected within 30 to 45 days. This creates an avenue for those who require urgent processing, whether for professional commitments, family considerations, or personal planning. Premium processing also incentivizes USCIS to prioritize efficiency while maintaining rigorous compliance standards, balancing speed with accuracy in adjudication. To support these changes and sustain the expected surge in applications, the legislation allocates significant funding for the expansion of USCIS infrastructure. This includes hiring additional immigration officers, which directly addresses workforce shortages that have contributed to long delays in application processing. The funding also supports the digitization of outdated paper-based systems, moving toward a fully electronic case management process that enhances transparency, reduces manual errors, and allows applicants to track their cases more effectively. Expanded service centers and upgraded facilities further ensure that applicants across the country have timely access to in-person services when needed, including document submission and biometric collection. These combined measures, mandatory 180-day processing, premium adjudication, and enhanced operational infrastructure, represent a multifaceted approach to modernizing the U.S. employment-based green card system. By enforcing clear timelines, providing expedited options, and investing in personnel and technology, the law aims to streamline the green card process for highly skilled professionals, reduce administrative strain, and bring long-awaited clarity to applicants navigating the U.S. immigration system. The focus on efficiency, accountability, and modernization reflects a recognition of the critical role that foreign talent plays in the U.S. economy and the need for a responsive, future-ready immigration framework. The new U.S. immigration law introduces significant changes aimed at ensuring green card holders maintain a genuine presence in the United States, while also creating targeted pathways for critical workforce sectors, particularly healthcare. Under the updated residency enforcement rules, permanent residents who spend more than 6 months outside the U.S. without a valid reentry permit may be subject to review by USCIS. This provision addresses concerns that some green card holders maintain their status while residing abroad for extended periods, without maintaining meaningful ties to the country. Absences exceeding 1 year carry an even higher risk, potentially resulting in the loss of permanent resident status unless the individual can demonstrate substantial connections to the United States. These connections might include continuous employment, property ownership, immediate family residing in the U.S., or other evidence showing sustained engagement with the country's social and economic life. To ensure compliance with these updated residency requirements, the law mandates that all green card holders submit a yearly online confirmation of residence. This straightforward process, which takes approximately 5 minutes minutes to complete, allows USCIS to maintain accurate records of each permanent resident's physical presence within the country. By instituting this simple yet systematic check, the government aims to distinguish genuine residents from individuals who may be exploiting their status without meeting residency obligations. This digital confirmation also facilitates case management, reduces administrative errors, and streamlines communication between USCIS and permanent residents regarding residency compliance. Alongside these residency-focused reforms, the legislation introduces a fast-track green card pathway for healthcare professionals. Nurses, doctors, therapists, medical assistants, and other essential medical personnel currently working in the U.S. on temporary visas are now eligible to apply for permanent residency without undergoing the traditional labor certification process, which has historically caused substantial delays. The law designates an additional 25,000 green cards annually exclusively for healthcare workers, separate from existing visa caps. This ensures faster processing, reduces competition, and addresses the growing shortage of qualified medical professionals across hospitals, clinics, and long-term care facilities. This provision recognizes the strategic importance of healthcare personnel to public health and national stability, particularly in light of recent challenges in staffing and patient care. By removing procedural bottlenecks and providing dedicated visa allocations, the law facilitates retention of skilled professionals who are already contributing to the U.S. healthcare system. Furthermore, these changes are designed to protect applicants from potential exploitation, ensuring that employers cannot leverage temporary visa status to impose unfair working conditions or undercompensation. Through these targeted measures, the legislation balances stricter enforcement of residency obligations for green card holders with strategic opportunities for essential professionals whose presence directly benefits the country. The new U.S. immigration law establishes firm legal protections to prevent the exploitation of healthcare workers whose visa status has historically placed them at risk. Employers are now explicitly barred from using immigration dependency as leverage to suppress wages, impose unsafe working conditions, or threaten job loss tied to visa sponsorship. Compensation must meet federally recognized prevailing wage standards for each role and region, ensuring healthcare professionals are paid fairly and competitively. Work environments must comply with labor and safety regulations, including reasonable staffing levels, regulated work hours, and protection from retaliation. Employers found violating these standards face significant penalties, including fines, suspension of sponsorship privileges, and heightened compliance audits. Alongside worker protections, the law strengthens financial self-sufficiency requirements in green card adjudications. USCIS is now instructed to give greater weight to an applicant's economic stability when evaluating applications for permanent residency. Extended reliance on public benefits such as Medicaid, food assistance programs, or housing subsidies may negatively influence case outcomes if it suggests long-term dependency. The assessment focuses on sustained use rather than temporary or emergency assistance, evaluating whether an applicant can reasonably support themselves and their household without continued government aid. USCIS officers will review an applicant's full financial profile, including employment history, income consistency, savings, tax records, and household obligations. Applicants who have received qualifying public benefits for more than 12 months within a 3-year period may undergo additional scrutiny. Supporting documentation such as recent pay statements, bank balances, employer verification letters, and affidavits of support may be required to demonstrate financial independence. This framework prioritizes applicants who actively participate in the workforce and contribute to the economy while maintaining safeguards for individuals recovering from short-term hardship. The legislation also introduces a permanent legal pathway for individuals protected under the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. DACA recipients who meet defined eligibility requirements, including continuous U.S. residence, completion of educational benchmarks or honorable military service, and a clean criminal record, are now eligible to apply directly for lawful permanent resident status. This change eliminates the recurring uncertainty associated with temporary renewals and replaces it with long-term legal security. Applicants transitioning from DACA to permanent residency are no longer dependent on future policy extensions or executive action. The law formally recognizes their established ties to the United States, acknowledging years of contribution through education, employment, community involvement, and military service. Processing under this provision is structured to prioritize stability and continuity, aligning immigration outcomes with the realities of individuals who have built their lives in the United States since childhood. Immigration law substantially expands family-based immigration rights for eligible Dreamers by granting them the ability to sponsor immediate family members, including parents, spouses, and siblings. This authority represents a decisive shift from prior frameworks that limited sponsorship eligibility for individuals who adjusted status through deferred or humanitarian programs. Under the updated provisions, Dreamers who obtain lawful permanent residence may initiate family petitions through established immigration channels, providing long-term legal stability for relatives who may have lived for years without permanent protection. All sponsored family members remain subject to standard admissibility requirements, including background checks, medical screening, and security vetting, ensuring system integrity while enabling lawful reunification. Eligibility to sponsor family members is contingent on the Dreamer maintaining compliance with residency, education, employment, or military service requirements. This ensures sponsorship privileges are granted only to individuals with verified ties and sustained legal standing in the United States. Processing for these family-based applications is structured to move more efficiently than traditional preference categories, reducing prolonged separation and limiting administrative backlogs that have historically affected family reunification cases. The law establishes a direct green card pathway for entrepreneurs who contribute to economic growth and job creation. Foreign founders are no longer required to depend on employer sponsorship if they can demonstrate active ownership of a qualifying business that generates employment opportunities for U.S. workers. Eligibility is determined through clear benchmarks related to capital investment, operational control, revenue sustainability, and workforce expansion. This approach prioritizes business activity with measurable economic impact rather than passive investment. Applicants under this category must submit comprehensive documentation, including proof of business formation, funding sources, payroll records, tax filings, and evidence of job creation. USCIS evaluates whether the enterprise meets minimum job thresholds and demonstrates the capacity for continued growth. This framework provides a predictable immigration pathway for startup founders, innovators, and small business owners whose ventures support local and national economic objectives. The law further modernizes the EB-5 investor visa program by reducing the minimum investment requirement to $500,000 for projects located in designated rural or high unemployment areas. This adjustment broadens access to investor-based immigration by lowering the entry threshold, while directing capital toward communities with demonstrated economic need. Qualifying projects must meet strict job creation requirements and align with regional development priorities, ensuring investments deliver tangible benefits beyond capital infusion. To preserve program integrity, the revised EB-5 structure incorporates enhanced oversight and compliance standards. Investors must verify lawful sourcing of funds, and project administrators are required to maintain transparent financial reporting and job creation documentation. USCIS applies heightened monitoring to prevent fraud, misrepresentation, or misuse of funds, reinforcing accountability while supporting responsible investment-driven immigration pathways. Green card holders are now required to complete a biometric renewal process every 10 years as part of the permanent resident card renewal system. This process includes the collection of updated fingerprints, high-resolution photographs, and iris scans to ensure accurate identity verification. The biometric renewal requirement is designed to modernize immigration records, reduce identity fraud, and ensure that permanent resident information remains current and secure. While the physical green card remains valid until its expiration date, biometric updates will be mandatory at the time of renewal and must be completed at a designated USCIS application support center. The biometric appointment process is structured to be efficient and standardized. Most appointments are expected to take less than 30 minutes, with applicants receiving advance notice and clear instructions through USCIS digital communication channels. Collected biometric data will be encrypted and stored within secure federal databases, replacing outdated records that may no longer reflect current physical identifiers. This modernization allows USCIS to verify identity more reliably during future immigration filings, employment authorization reviews, and international travel inspections. The law introduces a digital green card system that complements the traditional physical card. Each permanent resident will be issued a secure digital version accessible through a government-managed mobile application. This digital credential is encrypted, tamper-resistant, and protected by multi-factor authentication to prevent unauthorized access. The app-based green card is designed to function as a verified identity credential, reducing reliance on physical documents that may be lost, damaged, or stolen. The digital green card can be used for employment eligibility verification, identity confirmation, and authorized travel-related checks where digital credentials are accepted. Employers participating in electronic verification systems will be able to confirm work authorization directly through secure digital validation, minimizing paperwork and reducing verification delays. For travel purposes, the digital card provides an additional layer of identity confirmation, though it does not replace passport requirements for international travel. The integration of physical and digital credentials enhances overall security while increasing convenience for permanent residents. By maintaining both formats, USCIS ensures accessibility for individuals who prefer traditional documentation, while offering modern alternatives for those who rely on digital platforms. The system also enables faster updates in cases of name changes, address modifications, or status confirmations, reducing processing delays associated with physical card replacements. USCIS will issue notifications and guidance well in advance of biometric renewal deadlines, allowing green card holders sufficient time to schedule appointments and update records. Failure to complete biometric renewal when required may result in processing delays during future immigration filings, employment verification requests, or card replacement applications. The biometric and digital integration framework reflects a broader shift toward a secure, technology-driven immigration system that prioritizes identity protection, data accuracy, and streamlined verification processes for permanent residents. The new U.S. immigration law brings a major modernization to USCIS case tracking, identity verification, and fraud prevention systems. Applications are now managed through a fully integrated digital platform that consolidates biographic data, immigration history, biometrics, and adjudication records into a single secure profile. This eliminates reliance on paper-based processes, reduces administrative errors, and allows officers to access real-time information, ensuring accurate status maintenance for every applicant. Identity verification has been strengthened through advanced biometric technology, including fingerprints, facial recognition, and iris scans, cross-referenced with federal databases. These measures prevent duplicate identities, identity substitution, and fraudulent applications. Multiple verification checkpoints allow USCIS to detect discrepancies early while maintaining procedural fairness. Fraud prevention is enhanced by automated analytics that monitor application trends, employment claims, travel history, and sponsorship relationships for irregular patterns. This enables early detection of falsified employment offers, fabricated family ties, or organized fraud attempts, with decision assist tools highlighting potential risks for further review. Applicants also benefit from improved transparency and communication. Digital portals provide real-time updates, secure document submission, and prompt responses to requests for evidence. Notifications help prevent missed deadlines, ensuring applicants remain informed throughout the process. Continuous record synchronization across federal agencies ensures employment, address, travel, and status information is accurate, reducing discrepancies and supporting reliable background checks. Data security is reinforced through encryption, multi-factor authentication, and restricted access, safeguarding sensitive information from unauthorized access. By combining secure digital management, enhanced verification, and advanced fraud detection, the law ensures immigration records are accurate, reduces the risk of identity theft, and streamlines case processing, creating a more efficient and reliable system for both applicants and USCIS. Green card holders and aspiring residents are entering a new era of opportunity, responsibility, and digital modernization. From fast-tracked healthcare pathways to permanent protections for dreamers, the rules have shifted, and the stakes are higher than ever. Every update, every biometric change, and every new provision is reshaping the way Americans and immigrants navigate this system. Stay informed, stay prepared, and make every move count under these groundbreaking changes.